At first, the people of the city didn't notice. The water tasted fine, the air seemed clear. The factories hummed along, a sign of prosperity. Life just went on as usual. But unseen, a silent killer had already begun its work. This is the story of an American city poisoned from within, where progress and profit came at a cost no one was prepared to pay. It started with chemicals. Industrial waste was dumped into rivers and seeped into the soil. Authorities told the public everything was safe, that all the limits were being observed, that no one was in danger. For years, people believed them. But then, the sickness began to spread. Unexplained skin rashes. A persistent cough that wouldn't go away. Children born with complications. Adults were plagued by a deep fatigue that doctors couldn't explain. Communities quietly mourned loved ones lost too soon, never understanding the real cause. And still, the city just carried on. Anyone who dared to raise a concern was dismissed. Officials would point to studies claiming acceptable levels of exposure, studies often funded by the very companies responsible. Truth became a liability. The impact was unequal. Poorer neighborhoods suffered the most, with entire blocks developing shockingly high rates of cancer and respiratory disease. Generations were affected before the truth started to surface. Decades later, real investigations finally began. Scientists tested the water, the soil, the air. They uncovered records showing officials had been warned time and time again. Internal memos proved that the industry knew the risks all along. And yet, they did nothing to stop the suffering. The city was eventually cleaned up, at least on the surface, but the damage was done. Families carry the consequences in their bodies and their memories. Survivors speak of invisible scars that never healed. The true horror isn't just the poison itself, but how it was allowed to spread silently, systematically, and legally. Lives were treated as collateral damage in the pursuit of profit. Today, the city's skyline gleams and the streets are busy. But underneath it all, the wounds remain. Cancer rates are still higher than they should be. Lifespans are shorter. The soil and water are a constant reminder of what happened here. This story is rarely told in history books, but for the people who lived it, the truth is clear. This was not an accident. It was negligence. It was greed. It was a system that decided human lives were worth less than industry. The most dangerous threats are often the ones you can't see. They are quiet, they are legal, and their devastating effects can last forever.